Hi friends, I'm Kelly Nelson with March Wellness and we're going to do a little bit of mat Pilates today. All you're going to need is your mat, or maybe not even, just a nice open spot on the floor and some soft comfy clothes. So come on down onto the floor, onto your mat, and we're going to start sitting up right at the front edge of your mat. So scooch forwards here so that you have a lot of that mat right behind you. Feet planted in front of you, about hips width. So you want the outside edge of your feet and your knees to be at the same width as the outsides of your hips. And then from there, we're going to grab the back of our thighs. We're going to roll the shoulders back and just give those thighs a little tug and lengthen the spine from there. And then feel those sit bones, tailbone rooting down into the floor. And again, lengthening that spine. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, and we're just going to scoop the belly and tuck the tail and just start to curl the spine and roll back just a couple inches. And as we inhale, rolling back up tall, feel the crown of the head lengthen, and exhale, curling the tail, scooping the belly and rolling halfway back. And inhale, stacking back up tall. Exhale, scoop the belly, tuck the tail, and roll halfway back. And inhale, stacking tall. Let's do that 3 more times. Try not to round your chest, but move from your lower spine and your pelvis. Tucking the tail, scooping, rolling back. Inhale, stacking up. 2 more nice deep breaths. Move slow. Inhale. And 1 more time. Exhale, scoop and roll. Inhale, stacking up tall. And then we're going to roll all the way back. Exhale, scoop halfway. Let your toes lift up so you're just on your heels. And then when you feel your sacrum flatten into the floor, release your thighs, reaching the arms straight forwards. Inhale here. Feel those abs start to work already. And exhale, rolling all the way down, 1 inch at a time. Go very slow. Feel the mid-back, the upper back, shoulder blades rolling into the mat. And let those arms reach all the way up by your ears. Just let your shoulders shrug up towards your ears. Big breath in. And then shrug the shoulders down away from your ears and float those arms all the way back by your sides. Scooch those feet in closer to your hips, but we still have the feet and the knees the same width as those hips. And we're just going to move those arms a little bit again. Inhale, reaching up. Let those shoulders just lift up towards your ears. Let your chest open up, your ribs flare up. And exhale, forward. Inhale, lifting those arms and shoulders up towards the ears. Let the ribs open up. And exhale, forward. Let's do that 4 more times. Inhale. Lifting the arms up, letting the shoulders lift up towards your ears. Exhale, dropping the shoulders down away from your ears as you float the arms down. And 3. Get all of that air out on your exhale so you can take another big breath in. Feel those ribs stretching open. And exhale. Let's do that 1 more time. Floating the arms all the way back down. And then lifting the arms straight up towards the ceiling. Palms facing away from you. We're going to spread our fingers really wide. Bend our elbows out to the sides. And so we want a nice straight line from our elbows across our chest and our shoulders. Inhale and press those elbows into the floor And expand your chest upwards towards the ceiling. And then exhale and release that press. And you can keep the arms into the floor, but just release that tension. And then inhale, press those elbows down. You're feeling your upper back tighten a little bit. Your chest might lift up towards the sky. And then exhale and just release and relax. Inhale, press those elbows down. Feel those shoulder blade muscles tightening a little bit. And exhale, relax. 4 more here. And 3. So we're pressing our elbows into the floor, feeling those upper back muscles tighten. Exhale, release those upper back muscles. 2 more times. Inhale and press. Exhale, release. And 1 more time. And exhale, release. So now you're just going to let those elbows rest lightly on the floor and rotate so the palms face upwards. That's your inhale. And exhale, rotating the palms all the way as far as you can go by keeping the elbows on the floor. And just going back and forth, keeping the elbows on the floor. So you might not be able to get those hands to touch the floor on one side or the other, but keep the elbows down, resting lightly on the floor. Inhale here, and exhale, coming up and over. 4, inhale, exhale, and 3, 2 more, last one, each direction. And then just slide your arms straight down by your side. Let's keep those palms down facing on the floor. We'll come into our pelvic tilt now. We're focusing on the lower abdominals, the lower back area. So as we inhale, we're rocking the tailbone down into the mat, creating a little arch in the low back area. As we exhale, scooping the belly toward the spine and flattening that arch away. Inhale, tilting forwards. And exhale, scooping the belly. Now the legs and the glutes are going to stay kind of relaxed and inactive. And we're doing all the work from the lower abs and the lower back area, all those pelvic mover muscles. Inhale, tilting forwards. And exhale, tilting back. Feeling the low back press into the floor here, the belly button tight and active. And then inhale, tilting forwards. Exhale, scooping the belly tight and flattening low back. Inhale. Exhale, flatten. Keep your shoulders rolled back into the mat as we tilt through that pelvic movement. 4 more times. Exhale, scoop the belly, flatten. Inhale, tilting forward, a little arch in the low back. 3 more. Exhale, scoop and flatten. Feet are not pushing into the floor. Feet are pretty light on the mat. Last 2, each direction. Deep breath out to scoop the belly, flatten. And inhale, tilting forwards. Now we're going to move into our bridge, starting with that flattening of the lower back, deepening the belly. And then we'll start to feel the tailbone float off of the floor. Really scoop the belly in. Now push into your feet. Continue to lift the mid-spine up and roll into that bridge. press your palms into the floor. Lift those hips a little higher. Pretend you're squeezing into something with your inner thighs to keep those knees at hip width distance. And as we exhale, again, drop the chest bone first and start to roll the spine down 1 inch at a time, all the way down into the tailbone, tilting forwards into that tilt. Inhale. Exhale, scooping the belly again. Feel the tailbone floating up and then push into the feet. But keep that belly scooping toward the spine the whole time, not letting the ribs flare open, but keep them very tight. Keep the whole abdominal area really, really active. Press those arms into the mat. Inhale at the top. And exhale, drop the chest bone down first, and then the belly button, and then lowering the sacrum, and then the tailbone. Tilt and arch again. Deep breath in. Exhale, scoop the belly and curl it up. Take a deep breath in. And exhale to scoop that chest bone and roll it down 1 at a time. Now we're going to add on to this next one. So if that felt like enough for you, continue to do that, slowly rolling up and down through that bridge. If you want a little bit more, we're going to hold the bridge and we're going to march, lifting one knee to tabletop, driving the foot back down as you lift the opposite leg. Driving the foot down and lift. Now you should not feel any rocking of the pelvis. The hip bones will stay both in line with each other the whole time. You could even take your fingertips to both hip bones and just check it out. And if one hip bone is dropping, make sure to adjust yourself so that they don't drop. And 4. Press those arms down into the floor a little bit more. We'll go 2 more times for those who are switching legs. For those who have both feet, just keep rolling up and down in that bridge. We've got 1 more switch for each side. And then both feet are going to be down on the floor, and then we're going to roll the spine down all the way. Keep those shoulders in the floor. Use those abs. Come on down all the way. And then hug those knees up to the chest. Little circles around that low back. Let's do a couple in each direction. And let's get some more warmth to those abdominals. So place the feet back down into that hips width. And then we'll take the hands, interlace the fingers, and place them behind the head and the neck. And then take the elbows up to about 45 degrees and slide the shoulders and shoulder blades down away from your ears. Okay. Now from here, we're going to find our neutral pelvic position. So this means we're halfway in between our forwards and our flattened pelvic position. So we want a little bit of space, a natural curve of that pelvic area, where we feel nice and flat across the front of the pelvic area here. Take a deep breath in. Slowly floating up with the head and chest as we exhale. Now hold your lift as you take your inhale. As you exhale, lower it down. Take your inhale here. Exhale to lift. Now as you take your inhale, check out your pelvic area. Have you flattened your low back into the mat as you were lifting your chest? Try to come back to that neutral pelvic position lifting that sacrum up a little bit into that tilted position, and exhale, lowering back down. Now think about your pelvic position as you are lifting your head and chest this time. Big breath in. Exhale to lift. Don't let the sacrum flatten into the floor. Keep that pelvic position nice and stable. Inhale, hold your chest up. Exhale to lower down. Now if that feels challenging enough, just keep lifting and lowering. We're going to add on to this one for an extra challenge. Exhale to lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lift a little higher if you like. Inhale. Exhale, lift a little higher. Inhale. Exhale, lift a little higher. Inhale. Exhale a little bit higher. Inhale. And let's roll it down. Exhale. So we'll do those sets of 3. We'll do a few more sets of 3 pulses. Inhale, exhale, lift. Again, you can just lift and lower here if that lifting feels too hard. Exhale to lift. We'll do that 2 more. Inhale, exhale, lift. And 1 more time. Remember not to flatten. Inhale, pause. And exhale to lower. Let's do that 3 more rounds. Take a big breath in. Exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, lift. And inhale, exhale, lift. Are your shoulders creeping up towards your ears? Press them down your sides. Exhale, lowering that head and chest down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. 1 more. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, and exhale, lowering down. We've got 1 more time here. Inhale. Exhale to lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. Keep those shoulders down your sides. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lift. And 1 more. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, and exhale to lower down. Woo! And then everyone just take a full body stretch out, arms and legs. Just let those ribs flare out. And then we'll let our arms float all the way back down by our sides. Scoot those legs back in. Again, hip width apart. And we're going to find our neutral pelvis again. So just rocking back and forth from forward to backward tilt till we find that neutral, natural pelvis, the tailbone anchored, a little bit of natural curve through that low back and sacrum area. From here, we're going to bring the right leg up to tabletop, flex and energize that ankle, and then lowering the thigh down and up, just letting that thigh move freely around the hip joint, but not changing the angle of the knee. We've got a 90-degree angle in the knee. That always stays the same. And we've got 5 and 4. Anchoring through the left side to bring some more support while we move through the right side. Let's go for 3 and 2 and 1. Now, if you'd like to make a little more challenge here, we're going to straighten out that right leg. And we're going to lower that straight down, point the toes, and lift it up. Now, if that feels a little too challenging for you, you can keep the knee bent again and just do that tabletop. Floating the leg down, flex, and point to lift. Floating down, and lift, and down, and lift. And we're going to do this kind of fast. Keep that energy. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And bend that leg. Give it a little hug into your chest. And you can flatten your back here, just giving that leg a little hug. And then placing that right foot down. Finding your neutral pelvis again here. Making sure right and left hip are equal. One is not hiking up towards your rib cage more than the other side. Arms resting down on that mat. Exhale to float the left leg up, flexing through the ankle. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. So you might start with a smaller range of motion at first. If you find that you can't stabilize your pelvis, if you find that it's moving all around, and you might slow things down a little bit as well, and then generating a little bit more energy and speed as you get more used to doing this. Let's go for 5 and 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Now remember, you can continue doing that with the bent knee and tabletop, or if you'd like to add some more challenge, straighten the leg out. We keep the leg flexed to lower down, and then extend the toes to lift up. Exhale to lower, and inhale to lift. 6 and 5 and 4. Reaching that leg really long, deepening the belly as we lower. Let's go for 3 and 2. Feel your right side anchoring into the floor a little bit more. And 1 more. Bend your knee, hug that left knee in. Go ahead and lose your neutral. Just pull your belly in, hug that knee in. And we'll place that leg down. Now bringing the right leg back up to tabletop, we're going to keep the lower back flat into the floor. Really deepen your belly here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, scoop the belly even more, float the left leg up. Now if this feels very vulnerable on your lower back, you can cross your ankles to support that position. Or if that still feels really, really vulnerable, just leave your left toes down on the floor for now. We're going to go into our supine twist here. So either with the ankles crossed, that's kind of your middle position. The full position is just with ankles side by side. So we're going to lift the right hip up off the floor as we tilt the legs to the left side of the room. And then we scoop the belly coming back to the center. The shoulders will never leave the floor. It's just the hips. So the rotation is coming right around the belly button area to lift the hip and pull it back into the floor. So the work is happening from your lower oblique, lift and rotate, and lift and rotate. And 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. One more time, tilting over to that left side and back to the center. Now, if you have that left toe down, we're going to switch sides with our twist. So now you can put the right toes down. If you have both legs up, you're going to keep both legs up. Now we're going to twist over to that right side of the room. So the left hip bone lifts up to initiate that movement. Over and back to the center. And over. Exhale, scooping the belly back to the center. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, center. Let's go for 5. And 4. And 3. And last 2. And 1 more. And back to center. Now, if you want to build on this one, bring your hands behind your head. We're going to do a sit-up with a twist. You can choose to put your feet down if you'd like, but if you want that challenge, keep those feet up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lifting that head and chest up, up, up. Deep breath in. Exhale, lifting the left arm up. We rotate and reach past the right thigh towards the outside of that leg. Inhale, center. Switching arms, reaching towards the outside of the left thigh. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch. Inhale, center. And exhale, switch. Inhale, center. And switch. Inhale, center. And switch. So again, you could be just doing this with the feet down. That would be a little bit more supportive for your lower back. If you want that extra challenge, keep those legs up. Now let's keep those hands behind the head. Continue twisting with the upper body. And if you want even more challenge, as you stretch through the center, stretch the legs out. And then draw them in as you twist. Stretch, inhale. Exhale, twist, draw the knees in. Inhale, stretch. The legs are straight as you untwist. And then bend the knees, twist to the outside of your thigh. Inhale, stretch those legs, untwist. Bend the knees, twist to the outside. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist. Let's do 2 more for each. You're breathing. We're almost through here. Last one, each side. And then go ahead and bring those knees up to your chest. Rest your head and do some more rocking around that low back. Drop those feet down. Take a full body stretch. And then we're going to come over onto our side for some side lying leg lifts and kicks. So we're going to start with our clamshell, some hip rotation. So the knees are bent in front of you, and the feet are right in line with your torso. So if you stick your arm right down your torso, your fingertips should line right up with your feet. Okay. Now we're going to keep the feet lifted up actually. Flex your ankles. And then you're going to keep your heels glued together and just lift your toes and your knee of the top leg up and down, up and down. Now, as you lift the knee up, you don't want your hip to move at all. You don't want your hip to rotate back. We're just lifting the knee, rotating that thigh for 5 and 4, 3 and 2. Now, hold your knee up. Check out where your thigh is. It's going to stay perfectly still right here, and you're just going to straighten your knee out and reach. And then tap your heels back together and straighten that leg out, reach, and tap. Let's go for 8 and 7 and 6. So you want to keep the knee and toe slightly turned upwards as you extend the leg out, because we are already rotated outwards. And 4 and 3. Nice job. 2 more. And 1 more time. Heels together, and then lower the feet and lower those knees. Now, we're going to rest the head all the way down. We're going to shoot both legs straight out and slightly in front of your body. Now, your top arm can be down your side or onto the mat for support. And we're just going to finish off with some leg lifting with both legs together. So you're really squeezing through those inner thighs. You're really reaching your bottom leg long. Now, if you feel like you can't really get much range of motion, it's okay. Just endeavor to lift through your bottom leg, that inner thigh, and maybe even just hold it there. So we're lengthening, we're lifting, and scooping your belly toward your spine. Take a big breath in. Exhale, maybe you can lift a little higher. Inhale, lowering halfway and lifting again. Inhale, lowering. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Let's go for 5. Keep your top shoulder down away from your ear. And 3. And 2. And 1 more time here. Hold it. Now, bottom leg will drop down, top leg will lift up, and then we squeeze. Open, and squeeze. So both legs are moving away from each other and then they're moving back towards each other. I know the bottom leg wants to get lazy, but make that bottom leg move down and up as well. Inhale and exhale. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Hold the legs together, scoop your belly, flex your ankles. Turn the toes and knees outwards like a V shape. And then we're going to click those heels really, really fast, like Dorothy, there's no place like home. Wow, that's ironic. Breathe in and breathe out. And 5. Scoop your belly. And 3, 2, and 1. And relax it here. Beautiful work. Let's spin around. We're going to do everything on the other side. So first we're going to start with our clamshells. So you have your heels in line with your torso, your legs, your feet flexed, your knees bent. We're going to lift those feet up, heels stay together. We're rotating that top leg without moving the hip, lowering that leg down. So lifting the toes and the knee and low. Lift and lower. And 7 and 6, 5 and 4. And let's just scoop that belly in a little bit more. And 2. And then we're going to hold that thigh up. Keep that knee rotated upwards and we just reach the leg long. Tap those heels. We're going for 8. So this is 2 and 3. Reaching the leg long. And 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring it in and bring it down. Lower your head all the way down. Straighten those legs. Squeeze them together. Scoop that belly in. And then choosing the top arm to be down your side or on the mat for more support. Lengthening those legs. That bottom leg squeezing up. Lengthening, lifting. Lifting higher. Lowering halfway and lifting. And lowering. And lift. And lower. And 5. And 4. Keep that top shoulder down your side. And 3, 2. Lift and hold. Both legs are moving away from each other and then squeezing together. 7 and 6. Keep your belly button scooping in. Last 4. Breathing. And 2. One more time. And then hold it here. Flex your ankles. Turn those knees and toes out, making that V shape with your feet. And then little teeny tiny clicks of those heels. A little bit more energy. Faster. Click, 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 click. Breathing in. Click, click, click. Breathing out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest it here. Beautiful, beautiful work. Awesome job, you guys. Come on over onto your hands and knees. We're going to take the right leg straight out to the side. The hips are going to actually stay right over your left knee. And we're just going to shift the body forward and backwards, creating a nice dynamic stretch for that inner thigh adductor on the right side. And just take some nice deep breaths through the nose. Try to relax your jaw. And then we'll slide that right knee down underneath and scoot the left leg straight out. And shift back and forth. Again, keeping most of your body weight over the right leg now. And shifting gently back and forth for that stretch in the inner thigh adductor. then sliding that knee back underneath you. Reaching those arms out in front. Sitting those hips back towards the heels. You could even take the knees really nice and wide. Just feel those ribs expanding between the thighs with every deep breath. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time. Scoop your belly and start stacking your spine up 1 inch at a time, just to a kneeling position. Rolling the shoulders down your back, lengthening up through the crown. Reaching those arms all the way outwards, spreading those fingers nice and wide. Bringing those palms together overhead. Drawing those palms down towards heart center. Giving yourself a bow of thanks. Namaste, everyone. Thank you for joining me again today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.